By the way my hair looks quite crazy, you can probably assume that I have been tossing and turning all night. Why? Because of this one statement. That statement telling me what to do. It says, watch the following is the... Okay, one after that. Then briefly explain why a logline is important to have prior to the script writing process. That's right, not process. Wait, no, not process, process. That's right. It's extremely important to have a logline before writing a 120-page script. It's for two reasons. Number one, pitching. And when I say pitching, I mean marketing, test marketing, seeing if people are intrigued by your idea. Number two, everything in the logline everything in the story comes from the logline. The logline is the root, and the branches are the story. That's really important, actually. It's really important. You need to get that right. Otherwise, you're going to waste a lot of time writing, and then the story isn't going to be nearly as good as it can be. Even if you might make a story as good as it can be, if the logline for the story isn't there, the story isn't going to be as good as it could be, no matter what. And so, then you wasted a lot of time. I have a friend who is writing a book. I have a couple of friends one friend who's written a couple books somehow. Anyway, I have a friend who's writing a book. And I asked, what is it about? I did not know what I was in for. I do not mean that he gave me a pitch, as Blake Snyder would call it in Save the Cat 3. No, I mean, and I do not mean, actually, that he gave me a logline either. No. Why would he do that? Instead, I mean that he gave me the plot of his entire story. And I was confused. I was dazed and confused. I was tired, and I had to pee a little bit. It took that long. Yeah. So, anyway, it was an interesting story, but at the same time, Jerry Seinfeld, if he's in the elevator, he's going to have reached his floor. He's not going to be intrigued. The elevator will have been able to broke down and get repaired by the time you finished your explanation of your story. It was an interesting story, but a logline would really help him with pitching and probably help him with writing the story, keeping it focused. Not to say it wasn't focused, I'm just saying it helps everyone. I do think it's interesting that it seems like for a feature, because if a logline is supposed to encompass a feature film, it seems that for a short film you almost need an idea. Like, you need an idea you can work with, as opposed to a whole full fleshed out logline. It seems like it almost might be harder with a full fleshed out logline to make a short film, because, okay, I have this feature length thing, and I have to condense it into like 10 minutes. It doesn't seem very likely. And a film When You Say I Love You, I had to just write it with a USC prompt. And I had one day to write Looking for Love and When You Say I Love You. And so I was like, go for it. And they gave me a prompt and I just wrote it. And so I didn't do the whole logline thing, and yet somehow it's a whole story that I'm working on that's actually going to turn out pretty good. And so I think for a short film you almost just need an idea, and the idea is what you're going with. Like there's this one short film I saw recently at the All American High School Film Festival. It was about this guy who he's talking to a girl about a girl he's been dreaming of, and he's been having these pleasant dreams about this girl, like they hang out, that sort of thing. And the girl in the dreams is the girl he's talking to, and then at the end you find out that he was just imagining this whole conversation, because he was thinking about telling her, should I tell her how I feel, and maybe these dreams are a sign that I should do that, and she's saying, well, maybe these dreams are a sign that you shouldn't do that. And so at the end of the film you find out he just imagined the whole conversation anyway. So he's dreaming about this girl, and he's only imagining telling her about it, so he can't even bring himself to have this conversation of, should I tell her about my feelings. It's just really a compelling idea. It would not work for a feature-length film. It just wouldn't. And so you can't talk in a room for a whole film. It just doesn't work. I mean, unless there's in there one film where they do. Anyway, so I think it's interesting, but it was still a great short film because they had a compelling idea. And so I think that's almost more important for a short film. I think you need some semblance of what am I trying to say, where is this going. I think you need some form of a log line, even though like some of the log lines I recently sent you, they're great for one scene, basically, and so I think you need some form of a log line, something that can still work. Definitely, it can't just be an idea, but I don't think you need. I guess it's just a difference of time. Feature length is 2 hours, short film's 10 minutes. You still need a log line though, and a compelling idea, definitely. So yeah, it's just insanely important. I know I rambled a bit on that one. So have a great day.